Attention, please.
This uploading is only for educational purpose.
No intention to infringe copyrights.
Learning English with subtitles GPITRAL.
Follow us.
I was harsh before. Let me pray with you.
It is the end, isn't it?
Yes, Monty. The end.
I'm glad that we're facing it together. Do you think there's love in heaven? I mean, do you think that you're rewarded for the things you denied yourself on earth?
Maybe some are, Monty. But not you. You've done a terrible thing. And what's worse is you've done it in the name of the Lord.
He spoke to me. He spoke through you.
No! Monty! You heard what you wanted to hear. Now you listen to me. You have committed a grave sin, and you will be punished. Because you were right about one thing, Monty. It is the end of days, and you're guilty of anger, of envy, of lust. Your only hope is to repent, Monty. And you tell me where the children are, and then, and only then, will I help you out of this hell you've made for yourself. The worst thing about your hell, Monty, I won't be there with you. Guilty of lust. And you won't be with me.
You are temptation. But I won't go to hell, baby.
Monty was supposed to radio us a half hour ago.
We don't do anything until we hear from him. Things don't go according to plan. There's no guarantee we'll get paid in full.
Plan's already changed. Seeing was the last four stupid enough to try and weather out this storm.
Yeah, but if we make it through this, I'm sure we can convince Monty to pay out.
Yeah, right. We do the job just like he wants.
Got them outnumbered.
So what, we're gonna overpower them?
Why not? There's 11 of us, assuming you can get it up to join in the fight. No, wait. I've got a better idea. The stress is gonna be just too much for you.
You sure you're not talking about yourself?
Maybe it's asthma, maybe you've got a heart condition. I'm gonna be keeping body and soul together. And that's what the guards are gonna see when they come in through the door. And when they do, we jump.
That is ridiculous.
So is dying. Who's with me? That's democracy.
Then I'll be the decoy.
No, I don't think so.
What's the point? Why Lyra?
The point is they're gonna see a pretty girl lying on the floor. They won't think she's a threat. You and I know different, don't we?
Eduardo is moving through D.C. now. National Guard units are desperately trying to move people off the streets, as all indications are. The strongest part of the storm is yet to come.
What do you need me to do, boss?
I need you to go and work with Billy.
Make an info package. Include Ross's theory, but put it in simple terms and get it to my dad. Even if we get the power off, he's got a backup generator that's the best in DC. He'll be able to do something about it.
I'm on it.
Okay. We have some information that needs to get out.
Get out?
In case DC doesn't survive the storm.
Tomorrow morning, every city in the globe is going to know what happened here.
I need you to help get the word out to every state capital, every urban area with a population over 1 million.
We don't know how to stop these storms, but we do know how to make them less severe.
You need to get the word out.
Mary Beth. So glad you came down.
Someone wouldn't miss it for the world.
Hey, Captain Bob. How you doing?
Good.
Come here.
So what did you do to convince him to let you back into the hot rods?
Oh, well, sometimes experience trumps youth. Weather research. Hey, did someone ever tell you that flying is the best thing a man can do?
You did.
I did? Well, Captain Bob, I was wrong. Best thing I ever did was be a grandfather to you. And things like that.
The New York storm.
Yeah.
Dad, where's your backseater?
Ritter's not going on this mission. There are 1 million lives at stake. I have to go.
Come here. Yeah. Well, glad we got to see you.
Not half as glad as I am. Airman, you want to get a soda pop? Let's move it right along. We'll follow you.
Bridget, where are you?
Gavin, help me. I'm at the church. They've kidnapped some kids. I don't know where they are.
Bridget! Come on, baby.
Hi, it's Bridget. Leave a message.
It's humbling, you know? No matter how big you are, there's always something bigger.
You humble?
Well, not me. In general. Oh, get you out of that.
Next time, don't get a place built by the 3 little pigs.
Oh, I should have said that.
Got my approach lined up. Everything hot and true.
Colonel, I don't know how...
Direct your car with few exceptions. Some of the best moments of my life have been up here. And I fully expect today to be another one.
So to just say thank you. Thanks for getting us the data to prove this.
Yeah, anytime, anytime. Doctor, I'm 15 seconds from penetrating the stern wall. Any idea how thick it is?
No more than 1,000 meters.
Lighting up the data channel.
Ross, Doppler just gave us a wind speed of over 400 miles per hour. How can he fly in that?
He can't.
I'm in the wall. Doctor, oh boy, do we have contact. Let me know when you got it. Anytime. Anytime.
Ross, please tell me Colonel Davis didn't die for nothing.
We got it. It's on the disc. Davis got it. Puzzle's complete.
And turning off DC's heat is the key. It'll keep the storm from going off the scale.
Like a switch. We turned it on, we can turn it off. It's in front of our noses all the time.
All right, you and I are gonna have to convince Forrest. How long is it gonna take you to turn this data into something even he can't ignore?
Hours.
And we don't have hours, Ross.
This is not high school science.
All right, how many hours?
3. No more.
All right, get it done. In the meantime, we'll try to buffalo Horst into accepting the truth. While there's still time to make a difference.
Okay.
Get this raw data to Senator Carr. And Dan, for the next 20 minutes, maybe the most important person in the world. If they don't believe it, they deserve to have their city erased.
It's too bad we're living in it.
That open door was a temptation, wasn't it?
The surveillance plane just brought in new data. I can tell you conclusively the 2 storms will hit over DC.
Can't say I'm happy to hear that, but since we cannot evacuate, then...
The data conclusively demonstrates that a combined storm will be far worse than anything we've ever seen. It will obliterate DC.
According to you.
No, sir. We have the data. And as soon as the National Weather Service and NOAA see it, they're going to be saying the same thing.
Judith, are you saying we have to attempt an evacuation anyway?
No, that'll only increase the casualties. We're looking at one option here. And the sooner we do it, the better. We have to cut off the power to the city.
That's outrageous. There are hospitals, law enforcement, critical government infrastructure. The panic alone would cause...
The kind of destruction you're seeing from these storms only happens when a column of rising heat intersects with them. That's what destroyed Chicago, Paris, Vegas, Giza, New York, and it's what is going to happen here.
Yes, unless we cut off the power now.
I'll take this under advisement.
There is no time for advisement. We are looking at 2 immediate scenarios here. Shut off the power. Kill the thermal plume. Give this city a fighting chance.
I cannot order something this reckless just because you're convinced by your old boyfriend. No one will vet Ross's logic, and then...
The data's still being processed.
Since when does Duffy's gut count as conclusive proof?
Damn it, the data is here in my hands, and if you were smart enough, you'd know it in a second. Now, I am certain that...
I know what you're certain of, and I am certain of one thing. This day will pass, tomorrow the dawn will break on some scene of devastation, at which point the only question of import will be, did we act and make it worse? Because left as it is, the weather is no one's fault.
You know, if you turn off the power and do save DC, there are going to be a lot of questions as to why we ought to keep pumping all that crap into the air from an industry that you hold dear to your heart and wallet. As Secretary of Homeland Security, I'm ordering the power shut off.
My greatest weakness is that I harbor illusions about people's loyalty. I have the president's approval. You're fired.